Tom Mix Ralston Straight Shooters are on the air. And here comes Tom Mix, America's favorite cowboy.
That's me. Come on, boy. Shredded Ralston for your breakfast. Start the day all shining bright. Gives you lots of cowboy energy with a flavor that's just right. It's delicious and nutritious, bite-sized and ready to eat. Take a tip from Tom, go and tell your mom shredded Ralston can't be beat.
The Tom Mix Ralston Straight Shooters bring you a complete Western detective thriller, The Mystery of Whispering Canyon. The sun is bright on the shingled roof of the T.M. Bar Ranch House today, but inside faces are troubled. The tall figure of Tom Mix is tense as he stands with his young ward Jane, facing big burly Sheriff Mike Shaw and a visitor.
Now, take it easy, Mike. We've faced a lot worse things than this.
Sure, Mike. This isn't going to be so bad.
Come, Jenny. You know I'm not scared of man or beast. I'll take on a wildcat with my bare hands. I'll ride any crazy bucking horse this side of Waco, but...
You can do it, Mike.
Yeah, all right, sure. I can do it if I have to, but I don't have to like this pestiferous old pill peddler experimenting on me.
Oh, Shaw, Mike, Shaw.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more stubborn you get. All I aim to do is change that bandage on your arm.
Sure, Mike. You know you can trust Doc Green.
Sure he can trust me. Why, I patched up that hide of his so many times that
Well, go on and get it over with, you old sawbones.
I'll just do that. I say I'll just do that.
Mike, you know that Doc Green is the best doctor we have in Dobie. And just about anywhere else, I'd bet.
Well, it's just a little thing. That slug of that bank robber just creased me through the air. Yep, easy now, Doc.
Sure lucky your jump landed you right on top of them, Mike.
Yeah. You know, after you landed on top of those two would-be bandits, they weren't going to be going very far. Considering your weight, it's lucky they were able to get up at all.
Now, Doc, do you have to put more of that stinging stuff on?
Mike Shaw, you're the biggest baby in Dobie County. I say the biggest.
Yeah.
Now, you ought to let little Janie be an example to you.
Sure, Mike. Tom always says not to mind a little stinging of the antiseptic. It's for your own good.
Hear that, Mike Shaw? Better listen to her.
Doc, if you didn't have hold of my good right arm just now,
Handy little scratch it is, too. Why, won't even have to put a bandage back on.
Wait a minute, quiet. Somebody's coming in. The way they're riding that horse, they aren't coming on a purely social call. Come in.
You must be Tom Mix, the marshal, eh?
Yes, I'm Tom Mix, stranger. This is Sheriff Mike Shaw, Doc Green, and little Janie. What can we do for you?
I hope you can do something, Mr. Mix. I'm Frank Dawson. It's my partner, Bill McGregor. He's taken a bad fall in Whispering Canyon.
Whispering Canyon? What in the name of thunderation were you doing in that place, Dawson?
That's private business, Sheriff. But you've got to help McGregor. He's laying out there hurt. Maybe worse.
Now, come on, Mr. Dawson. That's what we're here to do, to help.
Oh, thank you, Marshal. But we've got to get started.
Easy, Dawson. We've got to know more first.
Tom, isn't Whispering Canyon the place they say is haunted by the ghosts of Indian warriors?
Yes, Janie. I've heard some folks say that.
Yeah, I've heard it said that nobody spent the night in there and lived to tell the tale.
Well, I spent 3 days there years ago, and I'm still here talking about it, Mike.
Yeah, Tom, but you've come through these things a lot of times where nobody else would have come out alive.
Mike, you're letting your imagination take the bit in its teeth.
There is something weird, uncanny about that place, Mr. Mix. The way it got Bill.
You know, Tom, there are stranger things in heaven and earth.
I know, Doc. It's hard to believe that Neil Armstrong and those other astronauts could walk on the face of the moon. But Dobie County is a fine place for raising cattle and horses. But I don't think its climate agrees with ghosts.
I don't know what got Bill, Mr. Mix. All I know is that he's laying
All right. We'll saddle up and ride out there. Across that rough country, we can make better time on the horses than in the station wagon.
Can I come along, Tom?
Janie. Yes, Janie, you can come, honey. I know there aren't any ghosts in Whispering Canyon to hurt you.
Yeah, if any ghost comes to you, honey, you're going to have to reckon with Mike Shaw first, I reckon.
Well, both of you, Mike, Tom, you better take good care of that girl, or you'll have... I say you'll have me to reckon with.
I'll remember that, Doc. Well, Wrangler and Wash can take care of the T.M. bar while we're gone. Let's saddle up and ride.
sun begins to dip below the purple vista that is the territory near Whispering Canyon, the four riders from the TM bar keep their horses at a steady pace. Tom Mix is in the lead astride his great horse, Tony. Sheriff Mike Shaw and Jane ride behind. As they travel, Tom speaks with the distraught man, Dawson.
Dawson, tell me exactly how your partner McGregor got hurt.
It's just like I told you, Mr. Mix. We were riding near the rim of the canyon, and suddenly McGregor fell off his horse. He went sliding and tumbling down the wall of the canyon. I lost sight of him in the shadows.
Now, McGregor wasn't a newcomer to these parts like you are, Mr. Dawson. Just how did he come to fall off his horse?
Well, the cinch belt seemed to slip. The saddle slipped way over on the side and spilled him.
Did he saddle his own horse?
Oh, sure he did. Are you trying to say I caused him to fall off that horse?
Just what were the two of you prospecting for, Mr. Dawson? Gold, silver, uranium?
Who said we were prospecting?
Well, I reckon it might have been gold. Since the price of gold has gone up so much, a lot more people are out looking for it. Almost like the old days.
All right, we were prospecting. But I'm not concerned about gold now. I just want to get to my partner, Bill McGregor, and help him. I don't know this territory, Marshal Mix. Didn't even know where the mouth of the canyon was.
Well, we'll get you there, and soon.
I wish the doctor could have come with us.
Doc Green's getting a little too far along in years for a ride like this. Besides, he has other patients to look after. Mike Shaw and I patched up plenty of people in our time. We can give your partner emergency aid if it's required.
Mix, you're saying there may be no use. Hey, wait. Oh, that sound.
Oh, Tony, oh, boy.
What is that?
Yes, Dawson, I hear it. People always hear that sound when they approach the mouth of Whispering Canyon. At least according to legend.
Yeah, Tom, folks say it's the whispering of Indian ghosts, plotting to get ready to swoop down on trespassers.
Well, whatever they're plotting, I reckon we're going to have to trespass. There's a man in there who needs our help. Huh. Sounds like our Indian ghosts have gone back into the shadows for the time being. Let's get moving. Come on, Tony. Up, boy.
Tom, it's hard to believe any place this beautiful can be dangerous. Look at the flowers on that cactus over there. Crimson, violet. They're lovely at sunset.
Wait, Janie, now don't get ahead of the rest of us like that.
Tom, something just knocked my hat off my head.
Yes, Janie, I saw it.
Jenny, we saw it. I think something's trying to buffalo us. I think I'll just pick that sombrero up off the ground.
Mike, now take it easy.
Come on, get along, Redskin. Just sit tight, Janie. Oh!
Mike!
Marshal Mix, did you see that? Sheriff Shaw just went tumbling off his horse.
Come on, Dawson. Keep your horse right at my side. Come on, Tony. Come on, boy. Easy. Oh, Dawson, what are you doing there?
Just leaning down to fix a strap on my spur. Maybe I'll make a smaller target this way for ghost Indian arrows.
Stop talking like a fool, Dawson. Mike, are you okay?
Yeah, I reckon I am, Tom. And something just plumb knocked me off a Redskin. It was like somebody slung the butt of a rifle right into my chest.
Well, can you get back on Redskin okay?
Oh, sure.
Then do it, and fast. Jenny, over here with us, quickly.
Tom, what is it? What's the matter?
Listen to that sound, Janie. It's a landslide in the canyon wall above us. We've all got to ride. Now keep together. Ride into the canyon. Come on, Tony. Yeah, boy.
With Tom Mix leading the way on his wonder horse, Tony, the band of riders urge their horses forward through the first clouds of fine dust, then pellets of gravel. They dodge the heavier rocks from the building cascade of the landslide. Tom leans from his saddle and grabs the reins of Jane's horse, Calico, leading him forward in step with Tony's strides. Mike Shaw slaps the rump of the horse ridden by Dawson, urging the frightened mount on, and gives his own Redskin a touch of rowels. The roar of the landslide grows deafening. But suddenly, the riders from the TM bar are through the rain of falling stones into the open canyon.
Tom, we're through. We're safe.
Yes, Jenny, we're safe.
Tom, some funny things are sure happening in this canyon, though.
Yes, Mike, some mighty funny things.
Marshal Mix, Sheriff Shaw, look over there by that fall of rocks. It's a man on the ground. Oh, must be my partner, Bill McGregor.
You've got mighty good eyes to see that figure of this failing light. Let's get on over there. Oh, boy.
Hold steady there. Yeah, it is Bill. But he's hurt. He's still alive.
Yes, he's unconscious, but still alive. No thanks to you, Dawson.
What? What are you talking about, Mix?
I'm saying you caused your partner to go tumbling down that canyon slope. I reckon you found something out there in your prospecting. Something you wanted all for yourself.
You talk too much, Mix.
Tom, he's got a rifle from his saddle.
Yes, Jenny, I see the rifle.
Keep talking, Mix. What else do you figure?
Well, I figure you had another trap rigged up for this poor fella. A deadfall of rocks at the mouth of the canyon, fixed up with a tripwire about chest high. Janie was short enough that the wire just knocked off her hat, but it caught Mike Shaw square across the chest, knocked him right out of the saddle. It was no ghost that did that.
Stay where you are, Sheriff Shaw. Don't try to stray off to the side like that, out of my range of vision.
Well, I'm just eating these old bones you might, mister.
Mike broke the wire, Dawson. It released the deadfall of rocks. You didn't have to lean down like you did when we went through, but you didn't know that. We escaped the trap you set for your partner.
I didn't need it after all. I saw my chance and pushed him into the canyon.
Yes, I thought so.
From now on, you all know too much.
Dawson, you don't think I'd have said all that if I didn't have one of my men right behind me.
The great Tom Mix stooping to an old trick like that. Don't make me laugh.
All right, Dawson. Just as you say. Get him, Tony. Come on. All right, Dawson. I told you I had one of my men behind you. Tony's one of the best men I've got. Right, Tony, old buddy?
Tom, that's that sound starting up again. Like those Indians are plotting together again.
Tom, what is that sound?
Well, both of you ought to know what it is. That's just the wind blowing through a strange formation of rocks up there on the ridge. I found the spot years ago. But we can sort of imagine it's the Indians celebrating one intruder into their canyon getting what's coming to him.
Tom, do you think Sheriff Mike can take care of that wounded man and the prisoner Dawson all by himself?
Oh, I reckon that Mike has held down a lot harder jobs than that, Janie. Now that we know exactly where they are, we can take Doc Green back. There's a helicopter from the Dobie flying field.
Tom, you were suspicious of Dawson almost from the first.
Well, I caught on to his game pretty quick, Janie. Remember how he said the cinch belt of his partner's saddle had slipped, sending him into the canyon? It just doesn't happen. A cinch belt never slips. Oh, it might break, but it never slips.
Well, Tom, sometimes a tenderfoot will let a horse suck wind, so the belt will get loose when the horse lets out his breath.
Yes, Jenny, you're right. But Dawson's partner, McGregor, wasn't a tenderfoot like Dawson himself. McGregor would never have made a mistake like that. It's just as I've always told you, Janie. Lawbreakers always lose. Straight shooters always win. It pays to shoot straight. Up, Tony. Come on, boy. Yeah!
Yep, there, Calico. Yep. Yep, boy.
And so, once again, Tom Mix wins out and brings to a successful conclusion the mystery of Whispering Canyon. Tom Mix was played by Curly Bradley. Others in the cast were Hal Perry, Art Hearn, Jack Lester, and Nancy Waddell. The program was written by Jim Harmon and directed by Howard Ryder. Art Hanna speaking.